Living in a small town, or a lackluster city, can lead to a mundane and monotonous existence. On the other hand, those who reside in exciting cities tend to experience greater joy and a better overall standard of living. But what sets a city apart and gives it that certain spark? Well, it's all about having a wide range of cultural attractions and museums. A thriving nightlife with plenty of pubs and clubs to choose from. Ample opportunities for outdoor activities. A diverse selection of unique restaurants and bars. Friendly locals who are welcoming to newcomers. Sunny weather to lift your spirits. And let's not forget, reliable and efficient public transportation to get you where you need to go. If you're hoping to find a bustling metropolis to call home, you might want to cross these 10 English cities off your list. We've done the research, and let's just say that excitement is in short supply in these places. Bath is the city famous for its natural hot springs, and its equally natural tendency to put you to sleep. Located in the southwest of England, in the county of Somerset, it's a quaint little town, with a population of around 88,000 people. The city is picturesque and charming, but if you're not a posh kid with money to burn, you might find the fun a bit limited. The traffic in Bath is heavier than a sumo wrestler, and the crowds are denser than a black hole. Tourists and students are everywhere, like the city is a magnet for them. And while you're trying to avoid the puddles and the mobs of people, don't forget to say hello to the homeless. They're the ones who will show you the true meaning of poverty and drug addiction. Public transport isn't great. With a one-way system with barriers, and central area being mainly pedestrianized, having car in Bath is waste of time. Your only option is to walk. Walking is great exercise, and it gives you plenty of time to ponder life's big questions, like why on earth did you come to Bath in the first place? Salisbury is a city that time forgot, nestled in the quaint countryside of Wiltshire. It boasts a stunning cathedral that has been around for centuries, preserving copies of the Magna Carta. But let's be real, that's about all it has going for it. The rest of the city is a complete snooze fest, inhabited by a bunch of simple-minded yokels, who are proud to be known as thick in the head. The pubs are dreadful. If you happen to come across anyone who writes R's backwards and ends upside down, run for the hills. It's no surprise that Salisbury has failed to make a dent in the world of parks, pubs, clubs, cafes, or museums. Truro is the land of pasties and cream teas, where the sun shines just often enough to keep the tourists coming. With its quaint streets and charming architecture, it's no wonder why visitors flock to this historic city. But don't be fooled by the picture-perfect postcard views. Beneath the surface lies a city plagued by poverty and unemployment. Most jobs pay less than a teenage babysitter, and the cost of housing will make you weep like a Cornish pasty. Homelessness is a major problem here, and it's no wonder who can afford to live in this tourist trap. And speaking of traps, Truro is sorely lacking in nightlife. Mostly, you will find a bunch of old retirees and holidaymakers sipping their tea. So if you're looking for a thrilling adventure, Truro might not be the place for you. Ipswich is a town located in the east of England, in the county of Suffolk. This charming little town has everything you could ever want, if what you want is poverty, unemployment, homelessness, and drug abuse. According to one local, Ipswich is a pensioner's paradise. At 5 p.m., the streets are deader than a doornail. There's nothing to do here at all. Speaking of poverty, a whopping 28% of children in Ipswich are living in poverty. And with poverty comes all sorts of problems, like poor health, lower education, and social isolation. With many people sleeping rough or in temporary accommodation, the streets of Ipswich can feel like a cruel joke. Last but not least, let's talk drugs. In fact, 52 people died from drug-related causes between 2016 and 2018. And the number of people accessing treatment for drug addiction is increasing. The Buttermarket Shopping Centre and Waterfront are here to save you from boredom and empty wallets. Swindon is town, known for its railway heritage, and, well, that's about it. With a population of 185,000, you'd expect there to be some excitement, but nope, Swindon is as boring as it gets. It's so ugly too. The only thing that Swindon is famous for is its magic roundabout, a roundabout so complex that it requires a degree in astrophysics just to navigate it. And let's not forget the lack of entertainment, unless you consider staring at the paint drying on your walls a thrilling pastime. But it's not all bad news in Swindon. Nearly 10% of the neighborhoods in Swindon are among the most deprived in England. And if you're one of the estimated 100 people sleeping rough on any given night, then you're in luck. It seems that Swindon has been giving the heavenly gates a run for their money with the recent increase in drug-related deaths. Perhaps the local drug dealers have been a little too generous with their offerings. So, if you're ever driving through Swindon, do yourself a favor and keep on driving. Trust me, you won't be missing out on anything. Warrington, the cultural capital of, well, nowhere really. Sandwiched between Liverpool and Manchester, like a stale ham and cheese sandwich, it's no surprise that Warrington feels a bit overshadowed. In fact, it's been named the worst place in Britain for culture, which is quite an achievement, considering the competition from the Milton, Keynes, and Luton. What does Warrington have to offer? Well, not much, according to the Royal Society of Arts. No listed parks or pubs, natural beauty, or historical landmarks to speak of. And, let's not forget the endless roundabouts that leave newcomers dizzy with boredom. But it's not all fun and games in Warrington. Drug abuse, poverty, and homelessness are serious issues here. The synthetic opioid fentanyl is making the rounds. And homelessness is so bad that you might even stumble upon a corpse in the subway. Basingstoke, the crown jewel of Hampshire. Known for its thriving economy, with exciting industries like IT, pharmaceuticals, and finance, the perfect mix of white-collar boredom. But don't worry folks, it's safe, functional, and conveniently located for all your dull suburban needs. Sure, it might not have the charm of a quaint English village or the excitement of a bustling city, but who needs character or culture when you have roundabouts and underpasses galore? The nightlife here is non-existent. Basingstoke is the perfect place for families, but if you're a young and sprightly individual looking for some fun after dark, well, tough luck. The only thing rising faster than the drug-related crime is the boredom levels. Let's not overlook the charmingly manufactured feel of the place, mapped out in uninspiring paving slabs. It's easy to get in here, but impossible to get out, thanks to its roundabouts. It's no wonder why Basingstoke is often the butt of jokes on British TV shows. If soulless urban sprawl is your thing, come on down to boring Stoke. Milton Keynes is the town that was supposed to solve all of London's housing and population pressures. It's a veritable paradise for families, with green spaces aplenty, cycle routes galore, and all the usual trappings of modern life, including a giant shopping mall, restaurants, cinemas, and even an indoor ski slope and skydiving center. Irrespective of that, Milton Keynes is a soulless suburb, a non-place that feels more like a slice of Los Angeles than the heart of Middle England. It's no secret that Milton Keynes is widely mocked in the UK, with its empty streets, lack of culture, and annoyingly efficient road grid system. Why is Milton Keynes so weird, is still a hot topic for so many of us. Milton Keynes has 130 roundabouts, and the number is growing all the time. Who needs quaint old world charm when you can have a concrete maze that looks like something out of a dystopian sci-fi movie? And who can forget about those infamous concrete cows, truly the pinnacle of artistic expression? Middlesbrough, located in the county of North Yorkshire, is the ultimate hub of misery and depression. The town, with a population of around 140,000 people, is the perfect place to feel absolutely nothing. Yes, you heard that right, more NHS money is spent on antidepressants in Middlesbrough than anywhere else in the country. The town is polluted, depressing, and full of chavs. But wait, there's more. Middlesbrough is one of the poorest towns in the UK, with a high homelessness rate and an equally high drug use rate. Apparently, everyone flocks to Middlesbrough because the drugs are so cheap. The residents are practically swimming in opiates and crack cocaine, with 30 in 1,000 using these substances. That's 4 times the national average. Drug addiction is killing Middlesbrough. The town's mayor has even claimed that criminal gangs are forcing addicts to beg on the streets in exchange for drugs. The town is an isolated dump with a clear racial divide among its residents. It's no wonder why it's voted as the worst place to live in the UK several times. Shrewsbury is a town so historic, it's practically a museum piece. Located in the heart of Shropshire, it's a place where time seems to stand still. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here. According to Zoopla, Shrewsbury is currently about as popular as a root canal, with buyer demand plummeting to 16% below the 5-year average. It's the birthplace of Charles Darwin, the naturalist who helped us understand the origins of life on Earth. Clearly, that's reason enough to put up with the town's less than stellar amenities. The bus station is a disgrace. Shrewsbury has its charms. The half-timbered Tudor buildings are quaint. But let's face it, this place is a bit of a snooze fest. The younger generation is bored out of their minds, and the job market is about as lively as a funeral procession. The transport links are a joke here. In short, Shrewsbury is a bit like your great-aunt's house. It's run-down, soulless, and desperately in need of a facelift. But hey, if you're looking for a place to retire, it's not the worst option out there. Just don't expect to have too much fun. Thanks for visiting our channel. We invest considerable effort and dedication in researching, producing, and presenting content that we believe you'll love. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel to receive early access to our newest videos and updates, and to support us in creating even more exceptional content for you.